Welcome to My Body Fits. In today's video, we're doing a longer workout than normal with 2 different sets of exercises. Hi, I'm personal trainer and kettlebell coach Mel Anderson, and I am here for you if you're approaching, going through or beyond menopause with workouts that just make more sense, and every now and then a little bit of info to help you come back to life on this journey. Today we're going to do a longer workout than usual. This is the kind of workout that I do in my weekly classes here in Essex. We're going to do 2 different sets of exercises, all 2 hand work and 1 bell. Now this workout is suited to those of you with a little bit of experience with kettlebells, but I'll also give you some alternatives if you're completely new to this kind of training. And if you want to get more confident with kettlebells, be sure to check out my beginner series, which I'll put a link for in the description. Now, I love sharing these workouts with you, but it's a lonely old place here with just me and my camera. So do me a favour, go down and hit the subscribe button now, jump down into the comments and say, hi, I've subscribed, so I can feel you here with me. Okay, let's get on with the workout. So I've got my kettlebell ready, I've got my water ready, I've got a really nice clear space to move, so make sure you've got the same. We're going to do it all the way through together today. Warm up, workout, all the way through to the cool down. So let's get started. Coming down to the end of your mat, we're going to take a nice long inhale up, reaching up to the ceiling, and then exhale as you fold and roll down, coming towards the floor. Try and keep the knees not bent. We're not trying to reach the floor. What we're trying to do is lengthen out the back here. Feel that lovely stretch. Just hang down, rolling back up, inhale, and then exhaling as you come back down. And again, just letting the weight of your head pull you down. One more inhale up, and then rolling all the way back down. Now, if you need to soften your knees to bring your hands to the mat, go ahead and do that. So we're going to bring our hands to the mat. We're going to walk about halfway across the mat here. We're going to think about pulling our heels down. Doesn't matter if they don't actually touch, but just think about pulling those heels down so you can feel that stretch a little bit more in the back of your legs. I always get an itchy nose. Pushing our chest towards our knees. Then we're going to walk back. I've got rolly down shorts today. Inhale up, coming back down. So walking the hands out, stay here, pulling those heels down. And then this time, I'm going to widen my feet a little bit here. And I'm going to take my right hand to my left foot, place that hand back, left hand to right foot. We'll do that a few more times. One more on each side. Bringing the knees all the way down to the floor. Shorts back up. Okay, from here, knees are directly underneath my hips, hands are right underneath my shoulders. Then I'm going to sit back on my heels and then bring myself forward. Now, actually, I'm going to take my hands a little bit further than that. I'm going to bring my hips towards the floor. Be mindful here, if you've got a sore lower back, just feel your way to where feels comfortable. If you can get your hips all the way down, fantastic. If it's just here, also fantastic. If it starts to twinge your back, just squeeze your glutes and lift up a little bit. So we're going to come back, we're pushing through the chest towards the floor here, stretching that upper back and shoulders. And then here, really opening up the hips and back again. And forwards. Going to do this a few times. Take your time, feel the end, each end of this movement. Stay here, feel the end of that movement. Push down, thinking about chest towards the mat. Let's do one more of each. Back and forwards. And then from here, we're coming back to a knee under hip, hands under shoulder position. And I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to thread that through the space between my wrist and my knee. So I'm threading that all the way through. You're going to see what happens here. I'm going to place my head on the side and I'm kind of like thinking about pulling my chest open, and then I'm going to bring this hand all the way up and stretching up. Again, trying to open up this chest here, trying to think about that middle finger going as high up as I can. Keep my eyes on the middle finger, and then all the way back through. Thread it through, rotate, open up. Thread it through, rotate, open up. Think about the space between this hand and the middle finger being as long as you can. 2 more here. 1 more. Good. Placing that hand back down, let's do the same with the left hand. You're going to see my back quite a lot here, apologies. So left hand comes through, trying to bring my shoulder, side of my head to the floor. So you can see the elbow bends as well on this side to allow me to get down close to the floor. Thinking about this hand, I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to try and open my chest as much as I can. And again, always gently feeling where your end range of motion is on these stretches. Good, let's go for 1 more. Stretching up, thread it through, and up. Excellent. Bringing the hands underneath your shoulders again. Tucking the toes under. I'm going to think about leading with my hips now. Bringing the hips up, pulling my heels down to the floor, and then slowly walking the hands back towards my feet. Keeping soft knees if you need to. Rolling up nice and slowly. Coming up to standing. All right. So with your kettlebell, a light to medium kettlebell, we're just going to do a little bit of extra today. So we're going to do some halos and some prime squats. We do these at the top of every class in my classes here. So turning your bell upside down, and you're going to start with it around about that sort of distance from your chest, standing up nice and tall, shoulders down. We're going to keep the whole body still apart from moving this kettlebell at the top. So I go round and then back to the start. Change direction. Back to the start. Let's do that a couple more times. Back to the start. Change. 1 more each side. And round again. Now for me, I'm going to widen my stance a little bit. I'm going to take those toes outwards a little bit, kind of like a bit more of a 45-degree angle. Keeping my shoulders back and my back straight as I can, coming all the way down, elbows inside my knees, and then I'm going to gently push the knees away, 1 at a time. I'm keeping my feet planted on the floor. So really thinking about, don't let yourself be pulled forward by that bell. Pushing the knees away. Really feel those hips opening up nicely with this. Coming up to standing. Let's do that again. So bring the feet back in, round we go. So halo round, and back. Halo round, and back. And then 1 more each way. I'll keep it in my little bobble on top there. Widen your stance if you need to. Want to get a nice deep squat here. Coming low down, planting those elbows inside the knees and start to push that knee away. Lovely. A little bit more. Good, good. And then from here, just pop your bell down, coming up to standing. Okay, first set of exercises we're doing are 2-hand swings, cleans, and reverse lunges. Now I'm going to put, not sure which side, but I'm going to put alternatives. So an alternative to the swing is just a deadlift. Alternative to the clean is instead of bringing it through the legs, you can just do it straight from the floor. An alternative to the lunge, you've got 2 options. 1, do it without the kettlebell. 2, no kettlebell and only halfway down with the knee. So you'll see those alternatives coming up on one of these sides. I think that side. So set your bell up. Remember that nice little distance between your feet. And we've got that kind of lovely triangle shape on the floor. Fingertips into your hips. Let's push those hips back. Hands are on the bell. I'm going to take the weight into my heels, pulling my shoulders down, nice straight back. Off we go, 10 swings. That's 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bell goes back to the floor. Shake it out. Now, there's no specified rest here. I'm just going to shake it out in between each exercise. You can press pause and take extra rest if you need to. That's absolutely fine. So, next up, 10 cleans. Ready? So starting in the same position, you can start it from here, or you can start it from the swing position. That's fine as well. So here, hands on the bell, weight into my heels, and 1, swing it back through the legs, and 2. That's 10. Back down to the floor. Shaking it out. So next up, we're going to do 5 lunges on one side, 5 lunges on the other side. Okay, ready? So again, I'm going to swing that bell through my leg, clean it into position to get started. Okay, so from here, stepping back with my right leg, making sure I'm nice and steady, using my core to hold me up, shoulders back, ready? Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, step back. Let's do these ones together. Left foot back, set myself up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Step forwards, bell goes through the legs and back down. All right, grab yourselves a drink. Okay, sets number 2 and 3, we're going to do it all the way through without putting the bell down. Now remember, if you want to carry on doing it with space and with rest in between, just go back and do set number 1, or press pause in between each exercise. Absolutely fine. You do it your way. Okay, our second set of exercises are a 2-hand squat, 2-hand overhead press, and a push-up. We're doing 5 squats, 5 presses, 1 nice, strong, controlled push-up. So, set number 1, we're going to do them separately, bell down and little rest in between. Sets 2 and 3, we're going to put them all together and do them continuously. As before, I'm going to give you a couple of alternatives. Now, the squat and the press is really no alternative. Just use a lighter bell if you're new to this. But the push-ups, I'm going to give you a couple of alternatives. Again, I think here, down the side that you can do whilst you're building up to full push-ups. Okay, let's go ahead and do set number 1, where we're going to talk through the exercises and we're going to have a little bit of rest in between. So, from here, we're going to swing our bell through the legs and pick it up into that racked position, or that cleaned position here. Okay, I'm going to turn around and show you from here. So I take a nice wide stance with my squats. I've got very tight ankles. So squatting with really narrow legs is quite hard for me. So I take a nice wide stance. You just do what feels good to you. So we're going to come down, trying to get elbows into the knees, shoulders back, staying up nice and tall. I'll do them the other way around so you can see as well from the other angle. That's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Good. Let's pop that bell down. Shake it out. As I said before, short rest, but you press pause if you need a little extra. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to bring that bell up into the same position. So from here, up we go. And now, I'm going to keep my feet nice and narrow this time because I don't really need any mobility in the bottom of my legs. So from here, I've got that bell resting in the palm of my hand and my thumb and finger are hooked nicely around the handles. So that's super safe here. And when you're ready, press. I'm looking to lock my arms out as much as possible, bringing them all the way back down. So full range. And I think that is 5. Okay, so from here, we want to bring our bells to a safe position. I'm going to pop it down there. So I've got the full length of my mat for a push-up. Now, whenever I get down on the mat, I like to take a cheeky little stretch on the way down. So I'm going to walk down like this. Coming into my plank position, setting my hands up. 1 good strong push-up. And again, I'm going to catch that gorgeous little stretch on the way up. Okay, sets 2 and 3, let's put those together without putting the bell down. Okay. Okay, well done. If you enjoyed that and you feel like you want a little bit more, simply go back to the start and do a couple of extra sets of each one. Absolutely fine, whatever you're looking for today. Let's have a little stretch together now. So coming to the end of your mat, and again, we're gonna just roll our shoulders. Taking some nice long deep breaths. Feel that crunch and grind in your shoulders as you do that. Reaching up with a nice big inhale. And then we're going to exhale, bringing it down to the floor. Let the weight of your head just pull you down. Hang there for a few seconds. And in the same way as we started, we're going to walk our hands across the mat, stopping around about halfway, thinking about drawing our heels down to the floor and just a nice gentle bounce. If that feels good to you, gently lowering those heels a little bit more each time. Keep those long deep breaths happening as you're doing this. Then we're going to come here and we're going to push our chest towards our knees, so we're intensifying that stretch a little bit more. And we're going to walk our hands forwards, bringing our knees to the mat. Bring your big toes together, take the knees wide, flatten your feet down, sit back towards your heels, stretching those fingertips out as far as you can, bringing the head to the mat if that feels comfortable. If not, make like a one potato, two potato, make a potato. Put your hands on the potato, not your hands, your head. Put your head on the potato and just gently relax into that. Thinking about just putting a little bit of pressure through your chest so you're getting a lovely stretch across your back and shoulders. If it feels comfortable, lowering your head all the way down to the mat, stretching those hands out in front and breathe. I'm going to slide my hands beside my head and give myself a gentle push to come up to a kneeling position. And then I'm going to just twist my legs round, bringing my backside to the floor. I need to just change where my mic pack is, bear with. Otherwise I'll be laying on it and that will be very uncomfortable. Okay, bringing your legs out in front of you and just gently lowering yourself down to the mat. Placing the arms up overhead. I'm going to go under my sofa here, or my armchair. Think about putting a little bit of pressure, drawing your back down to the mat so that you feel all the ribs touching. So we don't want any space here. Pointing the toes away. I'm going to think about pulling my fingertips as far away from my toes as I can. A full stretch. Lovely. Now, walk your feet in. And then one by one, bring those feet up off the floor, bring your knees towards your chest, place your hands on your kneecaps, and then a really gentle rock from side to side. We don't want to kind of fall to the sides, we just want to gently rock, giving that lower back a nice little massage there. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, I'm going to grab hold of my right knee, so both hands interlocking my fingers, wrapping around the right knee. I'm going to bring my left leg flat against the floor, and I'm going to think about putting that right knee in as close to my ribs, so the top of my thigh there, as close to my ribs as I can. You can give yourself a few ankle circles while you're there if that feels nice. I quite like to have a little wiggle of my feet while I'm here. I'm going to need to move here on the mat to show you. Right, from here, taking that right knee with my left hand comes over to the side of my knee, and I'm going to pull my knee down close to the floor, but I don't want this shoulder to come off. So don't worry if this knee doesn't hit the floor. Just find the floor with your foot to give you a little bit of balance and a little bit of stability. Keep pressure on that knee, pulling it gently towards the floor. Right arm comes out. And I want to keep that shoulder on the floor. I'm looking towards my fingers. Let's take a nice long deep breath here. And exhale, gently pulling that knee a little bit more. Let's go again, one more. And beautiful. I'm going to just swing that leg gently back into the center and then swap sides. So I'm bringing my left knee in now, wrapping both, so interlacing my fingers, wrapping both my hands around my left knee, right knee comes down to the floor. First of all, I'm just going to pull that leg in to my ribs, a little bit of a turn in circles with my ankles. You might get a little clickety-clackety going on with that. Good. So taking my right hand over the side of my knee, I'm going to gently pull that down. And you can see now, I don't necessarily reach the floor. If I go to the floor, this shoulder comes up and I want that shoulder to stay down, pinned to the floor. So gently pulling my knee. I'm going to find the floor with my foot so I feel nice and stable. And I don't have enough space now to stretch out. I'm going to move a little bit more. There we go. Looking over, stretching your fingertips out, looking at those fingertips, taking a nice big inhale. And then, good, let's do that one more time. Breathe in and beautiful. Bringing that back into the center. Good, now from here, I want to bring both my knees back up. I'm going to have a little gentle rock the other way this time. So I'm going to just bring my backside and then look through my legs. A few times here. It's like a baby. Tap the back of your head, tap your toes. This is so fun. And eventually we're going to bring that all the way up to sitting, and we're going to stretch our legs out in front. Pull the toes towards you, sitting up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Now grab hold of whatever you can. That might be below your knees. It might be your shins, it might be grabbing hold of your laces, it might be your toes, it doesn't matter. Just gently hold on to something and give yourself a little gentle pull towards your knees. Take a deep breath and sit up so we can really fill our lungs. And then grabbing hold, gently pulling yourself towards your toes. Twisting round, come to a nice seated position, cross your legs any way you want. Let's lift our arms up and exhale down. We are all done. I hope you enjoyed that and I will see you next week.